My name's Aron Gelbard and I'm co-founder and CEO at Bloom Wilde. I started the company because I think it should be a real joy to send and receive flowers every time, and I didn't think that that was consistently the case and thought that we could do something about it. We're trying to be different to other florists in a few ways, which is all about creating the best buying and receiving experience in flower gifting. On the buying side, there are a few things that we do differently. We're dedicated to making it really easy on mobile. We want it to be possible for people to order flowers in under 10 seconds on a mobile device. We're committed to attractive pricing, clear photography, trend-led bouquets that change regularly, and not too large a range so that it's easy to swipe through and tap on the flowers that you'd like. On the receiving side, there are a few things that we try to do differently as well. Perhaps the one that we're most known for is the fact that we do flowers that fit through people's letterboxes. We're the first people to have done this. A few other people have copied it since, but we think that this makes a huge difference in the convenience of receiving flowers and turns it from a hassle into an unexpected serendipitous moment. I think a lot of people think about mobile apps as being basically like websites or mobile websites. And I think that's a mistake. I think mobile apps are actually better than websites because they can access native information and features that people have got built into their phones in a way that websites can't. For us, this means three things. The first one is your address book, so you don't need to type in addresses of recipients because they're regularly saved. The second one is payment information. On iOS, we offer Apple Pay, and this means that people don't need to type in credit card details. And then the third one is your calendar. So people send our flowers a lot for birthdays in particular, and often people have got birthdays stored in their calendars on their phones. So again, we can remind people about birthdays that they've got coming up, and they can order without needing to figure out what the right delivery date is. I think this is particularly important in a mobile environment because actually people are on the go, out and about, and that's when they're placing flower orders on their mobiles, and they don't want to do a lot of typing. Often they've only got one hand because they're holding on the bus or the train or whatever, or they're carrying something in the other hand, and therefore if you can order with literally a few taps and virtually no typing, that makes a huge difference in convenience. I also think the alternative is quite stark. If you don't have a mobile app for sending flowers, then in most cases you'll start with a Google search, and it's difficult to compare and decide which florist you'd like to order from because you can only look at one screen at a time on a mobile device, and it's quite slow often for each web page to load, and then you need to remember and compare. So actually having an app that you go to and trust to deliver a great experience for you, the buyer, at a reasonable price, and a strong recipient experience drives really high loyalty, and we find that people who have downloaded our app are much more likely to repeat and to remain loyal to Bloom Wilde, and we can therefore offer them perks and give them the best possible service. We're just getting started on some really interesting personalisation. I think that 100 years ago, if you went into a shop and had to buy a Christmas present for your grandma, then it would have been a really personalised experience. The shopkeeper would have known that it was your grandma's birthday, would have maybe already put a present aside for you, would have known you personally, would have offered to take the flowers direct to your grandma's address, which she'd have known, would have given you a discount, would have given you the opportunity to just pay another time. And that was a fantastically personalised experience, and somehow in our age of e-commerce that's been lost, and instead you end up with an impersonal set of tens of millions of results when you Google something like grandma's birthday. And we don't think that that needs to be the case. We actually think that we have data to do the sort of personalisation that somebody would do in their head 100 years ago, a shopkeeper would do in their head 100 years ago, in real life now. And the way that we're doing this is by using the data we have to understand what flowers people do pick for their grandma's birthdays, how that varies by the past behaviour that they've exhibited, and what flowers they've selected in the past for other occasions, what grandmas tend to like, what they like for birthdays in particular. And this means that we can change what we show on our website or app. We can remove gifts that are less popular for grandmas, for example. We can move gifts that are particularly popular to the front to make it quicker for people to order on their mobile with less swiping. And we can use email and push in a really clever way. So we can send you a pre-compiled basket in an email saying it's your grandma's birthday on the 1st of February. We thought that she might like so-and-so bouquet, which is really popular for grandmas. We've pre-compiled your basket for you with her delivery address, a message saying happy birthday grandma, lots of love, or whatever, your last four digits of your payment details, which are securely stored through Stripe, our third-party payment partner, the delivery date, and then all you need to do is review your order and click send, and you can order directly. We think this is really powerful and means that people can generally order in seconds and know that they're ordering the right gift and that they're going to delight the recipient. So I'd say in the early to mid stages of doing this. We've built all of the technology for it in-house, and we think there's a huge opportunity to make gifting as personalised as it was 100 years ago for both senders and recipients. One thing that's really exciting at the moment that we're working on is corporate gifting. So Bloom Wilde started as a consumer gifting service, and actually we started to get more and more incoming interest from businesses that were sending our flowers to their clients to thank them for their loyalty or to apologise for things going wrong, which happens from time to time. So now we're putting a more dedicated effort into this. There are a couple of people on our team that work on it full time, and we think it's a really exciting opportunity to build relationships with companies that can send flowers to their customers when they qualify to receive them, either because they've been particularly loyal or because they've had not such a good experience. We have 100 or so corporate clients already, and some of them are sending a few bouquets a month, some of them are sending hundreds of bouquets a month, but we find that in all cases they're seeing really strong improvements in metrics that are important to them. So this can be churn reduction among their client base, it can be reactivation of clients, it can be net promoter score improvement, and frankly even revenue improvement. And we think this is really powerful. We're building technology to integrate directly with our clients' systems so that they don't need to use our consumer-facing website and can instead bulk transfer data on recipients that they'd like to receive our flowers out of their CRM systems into our CRM system seamlessly, so that we can then process as many orders as they require with bespoke branding and personalisation that's specific to that client in an automatic way, and make it really easy to plug into their existing CRM efforts. So again, this is something that we're fairly early on in the path of, but we're seeing strong results, and clients are continuing to use our flowers and send them in increasing volumes, and we're winning new clients, and we see it as a whole area of the business that frankly we hadn't even thought of when we started it, but now that we do understand it, we're rethinking our UX from scratch for business clients specifically, which is different to consumer clients, and see it as an area that can really grow.